In the Lone Star State, we cherish our freedoms and hold our families dear. But when it comes to healthcare, the challenges we face are as diverse as our people. Every day, Texans grapple with the consequences of bad actors in the medical field. That's why we created Texas Best Docs. We're here to help families protect their loved ones and make informed healthcare decisions. Welcome back to Texas Best Docs podcast, where we bring you inspiring stories, expert advice, and inside looks at the people and practices empowering Texans to be front and center in their healthcare decisions. I'm Kalee Pair, and I couldn't be more excited about today's episode. We're thrilled to have two incredible guests joining us. First, Melvin Sanders, a former professional basketball player who trained and competed at the highest levels of the sport, including with the San Antonio Spurs under Greg Popovich. After retiring from basketball, Melvin founded SandersFit Performance Center, a state-of-the-art facility that helps everyone from pro athletes to weekend warriors achieve their fitness goals. And with him is Dr. Reichert, a skilled physical therapist who works at SandersFit, helping clients recover, rebuild, and reach their potential. Together, they're redefining what fitness, wellness, and healthcare mean today. Welcome, Melvin and Dr. Reichert. I'm so excited to have you both here today.
Yeah, thank you for having us. Thanks. Happy to be here.
Yeah, so we're going to have fun today. We're going to talk about a lot of different stuff. I do want to start with you, Melvin, and your amazing basketball career. Not many people get a chance to travel over the world and play, their passion and do what they love to do, and play in the NBA. Let's talk about that journey a little bit and maybe some lessons that you learned along the way.
Yeah, it was quite a journey. Like I said, I think I played in over 12 countries throughout. Like I said, obviously played in the NBA, but it took me about 3 years to get to the NBA. Like I said, I started in actually Bismarck, North Dakota, in a league that's called it's cold, really, really cold. So it's a league called the CBA, now that's defunct and not even around anymore. So they go tell you how. Yeah, you haven't. A lot of people haven't. It's the G League now. So again, throughout my career, learned perseverance and hard work. It's just I think I got cut maybe 4 or 5 times before I actually made it to the San Antonio Spurs. So a lot of people don't know that. They're like, oh yeah, you played in the NBA. Like, yeah, it took a lot of hard work and a lot of dedication and just a lot of believing in myself, to get to that level and stay there for a couple of years and then back to Europe where I played for another 12 years in Europe.
What's that like when, you're moving around a lot, you're uplifting your life and you're moving it places? I mean,
it's different because, like I said, again, I'm a country boy from Arkansas and grew up in Kansas. So to be dropped off my first trip to Italy, I was in, I think Bredese, like 30 minutes from Milano, and literally the language is different. They gave me a stick shift car. Never drove there before, and they're like, yeah, kind of find your way around, and
Jesus take the wheel?
Yeah, no, it was insane, and like literally, so just to go from, literally being from obviously America and just having engulfed in America, you kind of go places, think everybody's going to speak English. And when you get there, nobody speaks English. You're like, you figure out real fast, Did
you have like a host family or something? Or?
No host family. No, you're a professional basketball player. Yeah.
They courage the wolves.
Go to college, went to college. So yeah, so again, just taught me how to just be more independent. Whatever. And like I said, obviously, when I was there, I did speak a little Italian. And then I played obviously in Russia, played in Turkey, Greece, France. All over the world. And like I said, again, just really, really good life lesson experiences.
What was your favorite?
Probably Spain.
Spain?
Yeah, I've lived in the Canary Islands on an island for 3 years.
Whoa.
So yeah, no, it was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. So yeah, Spain was really nice.
So when you finally got to the NBA and you're there, talk about what experience that was like. You finally made it.
Oh yeah, it was unreal. I thought I was the richest guy in the world. Obviously, and I was probably getting paid the least on the team at the time, but just to have the experience of playing with, obviously when I was there, San Antonio, they were the best team in the NBA. They had won, I think, 2 of the last 3 NBA championships. So again, just to have the experience with Tim Duncan and Tony Parker and playing the Greg Popovich, which will be a Hall of Fame coach, was unreal. And I'm sure it's every kid's dream out there to go to the NBA if they play basketball right. And just to get there and have the experience is really, it was a lifelong dream of mine. And yeah, it was fun.
When you were keeping, your body up and your fitness up and everything during that time, have you kind of kept that going, or is it less intense? I know.
Well, I mean, no, like I said, I always pride myself on being like the best conditioned athlete, you know what I mean, or whatever, and like looking and feeling a certain kind of way. So again, so like once most guys when they retire, they just kind of stop working out. I'm like, no, I kind of kept going. And that's kind of how I got into, obviously, SandersFit Performance Center.
Yeah, that's going to lead me to my next question. Yeah. So what made you decide to start that?
Well, once I retired from basketball, I didn't have anything to do. I mean, because I played basketball my whole life. So I didn't really have any other hobbies. So I'm like, wait, what am I going to do? What am I going to do now? You know what I mean? Because it was just strictly basketball, you know, and like, I just kind of started getting more and more fitness, you know, and guys like, hey, I was training guys on like my team in Italy, like my second last year playing ball. And they're like, well, I was kind of thinking like, dang, what am I going to do when I'm done playing? So I got certified in my CSCS, and then it's kind of start training like a few athletes during the summertime when I was still playing basketball. And once I fully retired, I just kind of start training. You know what I mean? I was training at a small apartment gym in the same building we're in now. It was probably like about 2,000 square feet, a gym up there, and it just kept growing and growing and growing. And by year 3, I mean, I opened up SandersFit and been training there. We've been there for the last 8 years now.
So talk to me a little bit about SandersFit. You know, what it's more than a gym. Talk about, you know, what that community is like.
It's a big community. It's a big community.
And you can feel free to jump into.
Yeah, it's a big community. Like I said, we have I think 25 personal trainers. I mean, when Ashley got there, we had one PT, which was her. You know what I mean? Now we have several locations throughout the Metroplex. We have 5 locations, correct? Mm-hmm. Yeah, 5 locations. Wow. Then again, it's just about 12,000 square feet, like right near downtown. And it's kind of like a secret speakeasy location, right? It's like, it's in a basement of South Side Lamar. So when you walk in, people are like, whoa, we didn't know this was here. So it's always the same thing. People walk in. So yeah, it's kind of a little bit about it.
Yeah. And, you know, you're able to take kind of what you've loved about, you know, your basketball and kind of do that. What do you think that clients see the benefit from coming to the gym?
I just think, I think first it's community, and like I said, everybody's welcoming. Like we kind of get the niche that we're all like athlete based, but like we're not. Like it's like, no, we welcome everybody to come in and like train and have a good time. And again, we treat everybody the same. You know, I think once people step in the door, they feel welcome and they want to come in and get better. And we have that same approach as like, maybe we like to look, feel, and be a certain way. And that's just we're working hard and just being consistent and dedicated to, you know, getting better.
Yeah. And Dr. Reichert, we have you here, so I want to make sure that you're involved here in the conversation. Yeah. At the gym, what are you doing with the clients, and what can they expect when they come in?
Yeah. So we now have SandersFit Rehab and Therapy, which is located inside of SandersFit Performance Center. Like Melvin said, it started out with one therapist, and then now has grown. There's 4 of us who treat out of our Dallas location, and we do have 4 other locations as well. So essentially what we're trying to bring to the physical therapy community is a little bit more modern of an approach. So my background, I did a sports physical therapy residency at TCU Athletics with Texas Health Sports Medicine. So came from like a big institution-based program, which then we've been able to kind of translate into a really high level of care and evidence-based practice. While bringing a little bit more modern boutique kind of a feel and atmosphere to the physical therapy world and space. And kind of to what Melvin said, the whole idea is that we bring, I think what makes SandersFit different across the Performance Center and the physical therapy clinic, and what's allowed it to gain traction so quickly and grow so quickly, has been that community feel. So just, I think that the people that come in, like they love spending time there. You'll see people will spend hours in there. Like people come, they'll be like, oh, can we like work on our computer while we're here? They're outside, like talking to all of the personal training clients. And it's just a different atmosphere. Like to be in some like the gym space, you honestly have to kind of come see it to like gain an understanding. Cause like it's just different. Like it's so crowded. It'll be like 10 a.m. on a Tuesday and it's like so crowded.
Like this morning. Yeah.
It's like it's like the club in there. Like it's so fun. It's loud. It's energetic. Everyone's excited to see everyone.
Yeah.
It's like a huge community feel. Everyone's working really hard, but everyone's like talking and like connecting, and everyone really values fitness. So people are in there in the sauna, in the cold plunge, recovery stuff. And that's why I think the rehab and therapy like complements the Performance Center so well.
Yeah.
Is because these are people who like invest a lot into their bodies. And again, it's not just athletes, it's everyone who like really values wellness. which can be a really cool, broad demographic of clientele.
Well, I'm thinking, because I'm in a lot of the orthopedic space and, sports injuries, you want to get back as fast as you possibly can. So being able to be with, the Performance Center and getting and building back up and doing it in a way where you're not going to injure yourself. Yep. That's such a good partnership there.
Absolutely. For sure.
Yeah, it's been really cool.
Yeah. Well, we're here, on the Texas Best Talks podcast. So a lot of what Texas Best Talks is about is transparency in healthcare and making sure that people are improving their health and wellness, and doing it where they have a little bit of control. What do you feel like with the Performance Center and the physical therapy that you want people to know that, hey, what should you do to make sure that you're improving your overall health?
Yeah. I think the biggest thing for us is, again, when we're taking a more modern approach to people's healthcare, is what we do a lot of is we do see, because again, we're in the Performance Center space, we do see a lot of people that are coming to us asking for our opinions on where they should go to seek like healthcare. So they're asking about surgeons, they're asking about, hey, like, can I get in to see this surgeon? Can I get in to see this doctor? So there a lot of what people are able to get recommendations wise are just through whatever their social network is, which if you're in a great environment, in a great setting, you're going to have highly like people that are educated and give an educated response about like who's going where, people that have had great experiences, things like that. However, I think if you're separated and you're not in such a good community where like you haven't had a best friend who also went through an ACL reconstruction, if you're not in a wellness space where the employees of the center on a daily basis are connecting with physicians and other healthcare providers, it can be really challenging and like daunting. Like when you get hurt, like where do I go? Like you go for convenience or you go here, you go there, but people don't really have like an understanding of like again, like if your word of mouth is really what you're going on, like you're not really having any objective stuff to go off of. So I think like, again, like as SandersFit Rehab strives to create like a modern approach for physical therapy, and SandersFit Performance Center, again, is really longevity based. Melvin does a really excellent job of like prioritizing general wellness and longevity, as opposed to like a lot of times with a lot of other professional athlete trainers, you see a lot of like really intense work, or like not like that it's like necessarily like intentionally uneducated. It's just like, oh, like this person like has a lot of capacity, they could do a lot of really athletic things. Melvin does a really excellent job of like making sure that like he's promoting like healthy movement patterns and gaining like understanding, allowing like especially the young athletes like understanding of like what proper mechanics are and stuff like that, that's going to allow them to like continue into a lifelong career. Same thing goes I think with what Texas Best Talks is trying to do, is bring a little bit more modern of an approach to how people are able to find healthcare. And I think that'll be something really cool to see continue to gain traction.
Yeah, when you were talking about like when you're in that circle of community, like in the rehab center and everything, and when you ask somebody, okay, what surgeon should I go to?
Totally.
Then you can trust. I think trust is the biggest thing here.
Totally.
And that's an important part of Texas Best Docs, is opening up the curtain for trust. A lot of the times some people might not have that community that they can go to. And so having this tool to be able to go in there and type in, okay, I was told Dr. So-and-so, or I looked up on Google. Well, you can, buy reviews on Google. So is that necessarily going to be right? So what do you think with Texas Best Docs and learning about what their mission is? Do you think that that's really important for the industry and the healthcare industry nowadays?
I do think so, because I think that there's gaps. I think that like healthcare, I think interestingly often trends on the later side of adoption of technology. And so I do think so. Like we have Angie's List, we have Carfax, we have a lot of other review sites for a lot of other industries that have been around for a really long time. And I don't really think like you get, something else that I think is so interesting is again, you're paying for spots on like cities' best physicians and things like that. So those are really the only things that are available as far as resources go, to my understanding. And then again, whatever you can find on the website of the physician. So yeah, I do think so. I think like transparency is really important, especially when it comes to healthcare. And I think the internet is like becoming a very like accessible way for people to find that. So yeah, I definitely think so, for sure.
And, you know, with Texas Best Docs, it's really empowering people to take that control. And that's what you guys are kind of doing too at your performance center.
Yeah.
Talk about like what you say to your clients that come in, that you push them to, like you said, with the student athletes, like the younger athletes, like build that foundation, you know, build that so that you're healthier longer.
Yep.
Well, yeah, just basically, like I said, we treat everybody like that. I treat all my athletes like they've really never worked out before. I tell them we're just going to start like baseline or whatever, and learn how to like pretty much learn how to do a lunge, like how to squat, like how to do pretty much anything like that they've been doing probably the wrong way. You know, we're just kind of taking like just do corrective exercise and corrective movements and things like that. So, and like first they're kind of like, wait, this is kind of easy. Then half the work, they're like, okay, wait, now we see what you're doing here, right? Yeah. So again, like I say, our idea is like said to get people, I mean, like obviously healthy, feeling better, you know what I mean, and like stronger in a way that's not like breaking down their bodies, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's kind of our approach.
Well, you know, I'm going to use myself for an example. I work out in my office in my house by myself, and I only have 2 sets of weight. I have a 3-pound weight and I have a 15-pound weight. So there's no in between. So I'm going to injure myself, right?
I mean, well, you could. I mean, like again, like I said, I mean, you can literally do body weight and be just fine, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but if you're going up to the 15s, I think you'd be okay with the 15s.
You look strong to us.
Yeah, I think. I think you.
I got the bicep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'd be okay. I think you'd be okay at 15. Yeah. Don't do shoulder break.
Yeah.
Shoulder break.
Yeah.
That's kind of heavy.
Those will tip you over for sure.
Switching gears, it's like not gym, not, you know, being in charge of something like that, but as a parent or as a daughter or, you know, sister, you know, what would you want your family to know about Texas Best Docs? What do you think that it can provide for them?
I think the biggest thing that I see is like, when your community is strong, when you've been somewhere for a long time, you definitely have an understanding for the most part of like what you're looking for. You're able to ask questions to your community about what you're looking for. I think when you're talking about finding healthcare somewhere that you haven't lived before, or even just if it's within your own community, but like say like I've had this experience with my parents asking about physical therapists, and I've had friends who I did grad school with who are now physical therapists. My parents are in Columbus, Ohio. So I said, oh, one of my friends works there still. She works at Ohio State. She's going to take care of you. But what happens, and I've had this before again, where my network is strong. We've got someone in LA, we've got someone here, but when someone says that they're going somewhere that I haven't heard of before, and they're like, oh, what should I look for when I'm trying to find a physical therapist, or I'm moving there, I just had my ACL reconstruction, it's 9 to 12 months of medical care, and I had it done with a surgeon who I really trust and value in Dallas, but now I'm moving on, can you help me find someone? There's things that, again, when you're in the healthcare space, in the healthcare world, that you can look for as far as certifications go, certain keywords, certain backgrounds and training, same thing, physical therapists and surgeons. But again, the common person, like if you work in another world, like you wouldn't have like a knowledge of what to look for. So I think that it sounds to me like Texas Best Docs is going to do a really good job of kind of closing that gap and improving accessibility to the general population, to be able to have an understanding of who they're seeing and find someone who aligns with like what kind of injury they have, what type of background the surgeon has, what types of injuries they commonly see. And again, you want someone who's a good fit for you. There can be hundreds of surgeons in an area, and you want someone who's a good fit for you. So I love the idea.
Yeah. And where do you see the future of, you know, not only, you know, like performance training, but rehab and sports medicine? Where do you see the future of that?
Ooh, it's crazy.
AI.
Yeah. Actually,
that's scary. Yeah,
it is crazy. A lot of more stuff is going online though. Just even again, like if it's accessibility, like Melvin has a lot of clients who train with him, but they come to Dallas to train with him, and then I believe, Melvin, you have an app now.
Yeah, app, and like I said again, like so I think the future is really just more like it's already there, but like sports science, though, right? It's like the easeability, the accessibility to access, and now like in clinic where we've got I mean, we've got everything from velocity-based training. We've got, we actually have AI tools in the gym with the Oxfit and things like that. So,
cool.
Yeah, to do sessions on and things like that. So, yeah, I think as we get deeper into it, I think it'll be a lot easier to assess an athlete when they come in, like their gait, their walk, how they jump, how they lunge. I think things like that getting easier for us to assess and program and things like that. So.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah. I mean, because everybody's different. So it's like
everybody's different. Everybody's body's different. Everybody walks, everybody jumps different. So yeah, 100%. I agree.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot more technology that's like coming into play that even we have within the gym. So Melvin mentioned it. We have an Oxfit, which is kind of a blend of like a Lululemon mirror. So it has like ability to like have resistance in it, also has force plates in it, ability to adjust the way that it resists, all those kinds of things.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I've never seen any of that.
Yes.
we got all the things. So a lot of stuff like to be able to test people objectively again, what you're looking for like in a higher level setting, to get like objective strength measures, things like that. Totally. And definitely a lot more stuff going virtual too. Again, like I could see like obviously people want to come in the gym as much as possible, but when people are traveling and on the road and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's me. I travel so much.
Yeah.
So ability to have, and even like too, like they're doing a little bit, you started to see a little bit of like telehealth, which kind of like came in play like in COVID. It'll be interesting to see kind of how that continues to evolve in the healthcare and fitness performance world as well.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming today.
Yeah, no, thanks for having us. Whatever. So we're excited to be here. We're counting down the days.
It was fun. We'll have to do it again. I mean, some of the stuff you said that you have in the gym, I've never even heard of before. So I would really like to.
Yeah, we gotta get you down from Louisville and check it out.
That's right.
I know. I'm gonna have to come down because that's pretty cool. I mean, because everybody's different. It's cool to be able to have those tools and be able to say, okay, here's what I'm looking for. I'm about to turn 40 and I need to.
No, we definitely have something for everybody for sure. If you want to come in and get working in, you'll love it. I promise you that for sure.
All right, cool. Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us and your insights today. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in to Texas Best Docs. Don't forget to visit www.texasbestdocs.com to get started on finding the best healthcare journey for you and your family. And as we said before, you can stay informed in your healthcare decisions for less than a Netflix subscription. Think about that. If you have any questions or feedback, feel free to reach out to us through our website or follow us on social media at Texas Best Docs on all social platforms. You've been listening to Texas Best Docs with Kalee Pair, Melvin Sanders, and Dr. Ashley Reichert. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe and leave us a review wherever you listen to your podcast. And if you have any question you'd like answered on a future podcast or from this podcast, make sure to leave a comment below. Until next time, take care and stay healthy, Texans.